Who is this actually good for, who should skip it, and is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? If you're standing in front of a sleek black tower that looks more like a piece of modern furniture than a computer, you might wonder whether the MSI modern AM272P AIO lives up to the hype. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first question on most people's minds is whether they're trading performance for aesthetics, or whether they're getting a solid all-in-one that can handle work, streaming, and the occasional gaming session without turning their living room into a tech mess. Let's start with the hesitation most buyers feel. All-in-one desktops promise a clutter-free desk, but they also come with a reputation for being good enough rather than great. You see a lot of headlines about powerful laptops and tower PCs, and you worry that an AIO might be a compromise you'll regret once you've set it up. The real test is how the MSI modern AM272P behaves when you plug it into your daily routine: video calls, spreadsheet crunching, Netflix binge-watching, and the occasional Fortnite drop-in with friends. From the moment you unbox the unit, the first thing you notice is the minimalist black chassis. The 27-inch FHD IPS screen is matte, which means glare is minimal even when you're working near a sunny window. The display's color accuracy is decent enough for photo editing hobbyists, and the 1080p resolution keeps text razor-sharp for long hours of coding or writing. Because it's an all-in-one, there's no tower taking up floor space, and the cable management is literally built into the back of the monitor. For anyone who works from a small home office or wants a living room PC that blends into the decor, that design payoff is tangible. Performance-wise, the Core i5-1200U paired with 16GB of DDR4 RAM feels surprisingly capable for a processor that's technically aimed at fine and light laptops. When you fire up Microsoft Teams or Zoom, the camera, integrated into the top bezel, stays crisp, and the built-in speakers deliver clear audio without needing a separate soundbar for casual calls. Browsing multiple tabs, streaming 4K video on YouTube, and running a couple of background applications at once doesn't cause the system to stutter. The 1TB NVMe SSD boots Windows 11 in under 10 seconds and gives you plenty of room for large media libraries, which is a real advantage over older AIO models that still ship with HDDs. Now, where does the MSI Modern really stand out is in the light gaming niche. The unit includes Intel Arc graphics integrated on the same chip as the CPU. For titles like League of Legends, CS:GO, or Minecraft, you can crank the settings to medium or high and still hit a smooth 60 frames per second at the native 1080p resolution. That means weekend gaming sessions aren't a joke, even if you're not planning to run AAA blockbusters at ultra settings. If your gaming expectations are modest, the Arc GPU does the job without forcing you to buy a separate graphics card or external GPU enclosure. On the flip side, the same integrated graphics will struggle with newer, texture-heavy games like Cyberpunk 2077 or Red Dead Redemption 2. Those titles will dip well below 30 frames per second even at low settings, which is a clear signal that the AM272P isn't meant to replace a dedicated gaming rig. So if your primary use case is intensive 3D rendering, high-end video editing, or you want to future-proof your system for the next generation of games, you should probably look elsewhere. Another practical concern with all-in-ones is upgradability, and the modern AM272P is no exception. The RAM is soldered, so you're locked into the 16 GB that comes out of the box. The SSD is user replaceable, which is a nice touch if you ever need more storage. You can pop open a panel and swap the drive without dismantling the whole unit. However, the CPU and graphics are part of the same SoC, meaning you can't swap in a faster processor later. For most everyday users, the stock configuration is enough, but power users who anticipate needing more horsepower down the line should factor that limitation into their decision. Connectivity is where the MSI shows it's keeping up with the times. Wi-Fi 6E provides a low-latency, high-throughput wireless connection that feels noticeably snappier than older Wi-Fi 5 routers, especially when you're streaming 1080p video while on a video call. Bluetooth 5.3 pairs quickly with headphones or a mouse, and the unit offers a solid selection of ports: 2 USB-C, 1 with power delivery, 3 USB-A 3.2 ports, HDMI in for capturing external video, and